Hey everybody, I hope you're having a great fall day. I'm gonna say today is the first day I put makeup on in I think probably 4 days. I've kind of been in a little bit of a funk and I'm not sure why that is, but it's a sunny day today and that always makes me happy. It's already putting me in a much brighter mood. And let's see, I did do a ton of thrifting before I left for my trip to Atlanta, but I didn't get a lot of it on, actually, I don't even know if I got any of it on video, so I don't have any thrifting videos for you, but I have a big haul. But I took a bunch of footage at the 3 markets I did over the summer, which were a lot of fun, great people watching, so I'm gonna roll that, a clip of that, and then at the end I'm going to maybe go over like some of the items that have sold and what they sold for. So the markets were so much fun. I thought that I would do a big one. Unfortunately, that was in 2020 and we know what happened. But this year I thought I would do some of the smaller markets. So I started with Meeker markets, which is a big festival, and they decided to do an antique show this year in Puyallup, Washington. So here's a little bit of that. This was my first show ever doing vintage and collectibles, and I went all out. I had been shopping for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we brought so much stuff. We had the booth divided in genres, so this was kind of like the cottagecore, Victorian, shabby chic table. And then, of course, we had a boho table. And you may remember some of these finds from past videos. And this was kind of our man corner. And we even brought a little bit of furniture and plants. And then I have always been such a big fan of the Sunday Fremont market in Seattle. It's been going on for I think like 26 years, and I've always gone to as a buyer, and they only do it on Sundays and they block off the street, and it's just such a blast. So I've always wanted to be a seller there, and so here's a little clip on that. If you ever come visit Seattle, you must get to the Fremont neighborhood. It's such a fun, quirky, old-time neighborhood with lots of charm. And obviously this long-standing Sunday market, which attracts thousands and thousands of people. And the vendors from all over. So I'm going to say it was heavily concentrated on vintage clothing, on jewelry and accessories, like these rings. Look how pretty. There's some true artistry that goes into making those. And I like the way she had her booth displayed. And look at this guy. Now he's got it together. He was super dapper. I beelined it for those platforms. I think they were docks. They were really cute. So besides having crafted items and vintage items, there's plenty of food and of course coffee. I also like the way this young lady had her jewelry displayed with lots of natural textures, natural elements on her table, like this beautiful black brass tray. What was interesting is this market's changed a lot. There used to be a ton of vintage and collectible vendors, but not anymore, except for the clothing. Like, look at this, racks and racks of clothing. I'm so glad that people are, you know, buying and reselling and keeping this stuff out of landfills. And I actually bought a ton of clothes from one of my favorite sellers who also has a booth at the Bremerton Flea Market. And I bought a pile of stuff from this vendor who I don't ever remember seeing here. Like this trio of little florals, which were shown on a previous video and which also subsequently sold online. I also bought those cool John Lennon glasses. I just started making a pile and I added that orange lucite bangle. Isn't that fun? I love lucite. And then the last market of the season for me was the Soto flea market, a market I have never been to that only happens on the second Saturday of every month in Seattle. If you happen to be in the area visiting and you love vintage and collectibles, I would highly recommend it. It's right in front of Epic Antiques, which I had never been to either, which is just absolutely jam-packed. It's just jam-packed with the most amazing mid-century modern pieces and contemporary pieces, as you'll see in this. Out of all three markets, the Soto Flea turned out to be the most successful revenue-wise. It had a ton of people that were looking for vintage and collectibles. There were still a lot of vendors that specialized in vintage clothing, but there was definitely vintage and collectibles, housewares, and that sort of thing, like this cool little booth right here. So we were in really good company. As you can see, the fall weather was upon us. And it was just booth after booth of some just great stuff. And the people watching, that was really amazing. It was so much fun. I actually did a little montage for Instagram, which I inserted here. I had a really nice conversation with this lady. She had some really cute little boho things. No margin for resale, but again, fun to look at. And I love this sweater. It was extremely vintage. This guy apparently had just sold 48 pieces of furniture. I still wound up buying a spider table from him that I sold for $275 a few weeks later. So I wish I would have come a little bit earlier because apparently somebody really loaded up on some great stuff. And then, since the bathroom was inside Epic Antiques, I had to cruise through there. Look at that bed crown. And what a fun way to display empty frames. The one thing about this Epic Antiques was I was extremely impressed with all the furnishings, but I was also a little shocked at the pricing on everything. Everything just seemed to be extremely high priced, like $295 for that photograph, $175 for this one, $750, and I don't know if that was per chair or for the set. Nevertheless, it was a fun store to cruise through, just to even learn and actually see pieces in real life and not just in pictures. Those Danish modern chairs, gorgeous. And I actually really dug these purple ones. There was definitely some epic pieces in here. This booth reminded me a little bit of the store. I actually have a chrome display case similar to that one. All in all, it was a super busy time doing these markets, and we had so much fun. But I have to say, probably the funnest thing was meeting all kinds of people and all the people watching we did. Well, and now it's time for the haul. So we have been selling furniture like crazy. And I know it happens every year at about this time as people get ready for the holidays, but it's been really unbelievable. Just take a look at the pictures. Like, first it looked like this. Then it looked like this. Then it looked like that. And it just seemed like every week we were selling out and the store looked kind of empty. So I've spent the last month or so just keeping the store filled with furniture. But I went to go pick up a set of chairs I thought would be perfect. And they turned out to have like big scratch marks on them from a cat. But this was an estate and they were clearing out this house, and I wound up with so many amazing accessories. So let me show you. So there was a pile of glasses by the front door, and so I picked up these. Very cool, very 60s. I picked up these, look at those, office secretary glasses from the 60s with little rhinestones in absolutely perfect condition. I also have these ones. This next set of sunglasses, insert picture there, are very special. I knew they were vintage. I knew they were fabulous. What I didn't know is that these glasses made by American Optical were made for the U.S. Army for fighter pilots during Vietnam, which makes them highly collectible. The value on these is upwards of $700 if you have the case. I don't have the case, but they are in pristine condition, and I will be listing them for $399, which is crazy. Two of these coin belts from the 80s. I absolutely love these. They're just so much fun. Look at that. So really cool, right? From that same lady, I also picked up this gorgeous vintage beaded top that would be so pretty for the holidays. You could wear it with a pair of jeans and kind of some cool jewelry. Anyways, I thought this was so pretty. From that same lady, I also grabbed this. It looks like an Oscar, but it's so cool. It's got very much an Art Deco, retro Art Deco look to it. And I just thought she was really cool. I took a trip to Abraham's. I just popped in there super quick. I found this copper belt. Isn't that amazing? Probably from the 50s, and it's online now. I think I put like $45 on it. I also picked up this really cute little sombrero with these little sandals on it. So cute. Look at this lucite pin. I got this at Abraham's. It's really incredible, mostly because of the rarity. These are fragile, and this one actually came from the 1940s. And so I think I listed this one at $105, but very cool, very rare. These faux tortoise shell earrings and this really cute little pin. I think it's really more contemporary, but I thought it was adorable with this lion, this penguin, this rabbit. And this is an amazing piece. It's very 1980s, but it's sterling silver, and it is actually signed right there. And it's like this chunky, almost like a zebra patterned bracelet. All of these are already online. I also picked up these super cute little 1970s aprons. These are terry cloth, but I loved the patterns on them, the daisies and the flowers, and these super bright 1970s colors. I'm selling these as a lot online. I think I put like $30 for all 4, but I think they're just sweet. And I think somebody really who's into the 70s and into that color scheme is really gonna love them. I also picked up this amazing remnant from the 70s, I would also say, in these super bright fluorescent colors. And it is very Hawaiian. It even says Hawaiian on it. And this is going to go online. And I think I'm gonna put maybe like, I don't know, $35 on it. Very cute. I grabbed this pheasant tray. I've had pheasants in the store a couple of times, and surprisingly, there's actually a desire for pheasants because every time I bring them in, they sell. Same thing with quails. People seem to like quails. So I picked this up, and this has gone online. I can't remember what the price is, but it's just really cool. I think it would be great on a wall. Very decorative. I found these super cool ship bookends. They're super heavy. They are very vintage. It says old. Oh, this is old Ironside. So the boat is Ironside. Anyways, I think they're really cool, and they are little. They don't take up a lot of space, and we happen to live in a very nautical area. So I think these ones will go to the store. Don't ask me why, but I picked up a huge bag of horses. So see all of these horses? I don't know why. I just thought they were really cool. And there was so many of them. When I was a little girl, I was really into horses. And now my granddaughter is also, and she actually takes lessons every week. Look, there's even a cow in here. But look at his face. Like, it's so adorable. And look at this. A little cowgirl. So what I'm going to do, and a cowboy. So I think what I'm going to do is I will probably sell these as a lot. Right? And there are so many of them. So I don't know if I'll sell them all together, if I'll sell them in like small groups. Like if you guys have any ideas on that, let me know. I'm kind of excited to like take them all out and set them up, maybe do an Instagram post on them. I grabbed this cool butterfly towel holder. It's not in perfect shape. And so I may just take it to the store because some of the little like bamboo pieces are broken. But I thought for somebody that's into boho, I thought that they would really like it. And plus butterflies are really popular. I also grabbed this white milk glass hand in like 2 hands together. These are beautiful trinket dishes in your bathroom. It could hold soaps. It could sit on vanity and hold your jewelry. Anyways, I've had these in the past and they've always done really, really well. I paid $8 for this, and this one, because it's a larger piece, will probably be listed at $30. I got a screaming deal on this next piece, which is this vintage Coach bag. It's so beautiful. It's got the Coach information on the inside. It is a vintage Coach. It's got the little tag still. And it does have like an oil stain, but I think somebody who's into vintage items is gonna love it. You know, they don't retail for a ton online, usually about 45 to 50. So at that rate, I think I'm just gonna take it to the store and I'll price it at maybe like $55. And I know it'll sell because it is just the best, most buttery piece of leather. I mean, it's just everything. Look at that. I mean, it's just everything. So super cool, very good buy at $5. I found another Coach bag, also has the emblem inside and also vintage, great color. I mean, this would be perfect for summer, but I don't care. I say you could use it any time of year. It's so perfect. And again, like online, these don't sell for a ton. So I think I'll probably take this to the store also and probably put like 60 bucks on it. So the last piece I want to show you is going to be up here because it's super heavy and super awkward. I finally had to take it to the store. This is crazy. So again, I know I've probably mentioned this, but I always watch Left Coast Revivals, which is Laura Caldwell's channel on YouTube. I always learn so much about mid-century modern. And she had been talking about Bird in Flight, Justin Saris, I think is his name. Anyways, I'll pop his name up above. But she had found this bird sculpture, brass bird sculpture for $100 at a vintage market that she was at actually selling. And what do you know? I was admiring her bird sculpture, and like the next day I found one on Facebook Marketplace. I couldn't believe it. So I drove down to Olympia, which is our state capital, and I picked it up for 40 bucks. I didn't even know what it was worth. All I knew is it was a cool piece, and Laura had one just like it. And come to find out, they retail for $1,100. So that was my score of the week. And now I just want to do a quick montage of just some of the items that have sold over, say, like the last 90 days and what they sold for, things that have been shown in past videos. So I hope you enjoy that and that you had fun kind of traveling along with me. And if you get a chance to get out to go thrifting, I hope the thrifting gods are with you, and I will see you next week.